Welcome to another react. I swear Australia and more Parz never cease to scare me. You are all built different, I swear. Okay, this is a more Parz compilation. Apparently this pig went on a drunk rampage. It's a bunch of random little, like shorts, so.
Pig went on an alcoholic rampage.
Oh.
No, that's not clickbait. This really happened, and as with all good drunken rampages, our story takes place in fucking Australia. More specifically,
Always Australia.
it starts in the middle of fucking nowhere, WA, where a couple blokes were out camping. And as any good Australian would, these lads brought with them the camping essentials. Let's see here, we've got swags, box of snags from Woolies, and most important of all, beers. And those beers are why, at 4 in the fucking morning, these lads were suddenly ripped from sleep by a really weird sound. A low, snuffling and grunting noise, followed by the sound of bending aluminium. So, to ensure they weren't being attacked by, pick a native Australian animal, they got out of their tents, turned on a torch, and shined a light at it. And what they found was a wild pig shotgunning all of their piss.
I'm sorry, that's actually crazy work.
And I don't mean 1 or 2 beers. No. Daddy Pig was on a serious bender because he managed to down 18 fucking cans. Now, fun fact about beers. Once you hit the 18 mark, all of your stats are redistributed into strength, and you gain the frenzy debuff. This is why, after being spotted by the torch, the pig fucking sonicked away from the now empty 6-packs.
I'm still 18? Boy was thirsty? That's an understatement. How? He must have been there for a while, right? How fast can a pig chug beers? That's a weird question to ask.
Knocked over the garbage cans, paused, turned around and ate the garbage, then continued sprinting to a nearby paddock where it started headbutting a fucking cow. This really pissed off the cow, who turned around to face the pig. And it was at this point, looking up at the very pissed off Big Mac, the pig realised he genuinely wasn't built for this shit. Yeah, this little piggy turned around and fucking booked it out of the paddock, being closely pursued by the ghost of burgers past. The cow chased him around a car for 10 minutes before giving up, leaving the still drunk pig to stumble away and pass out in a fucking bush.
Okay, but hear me out. Maybe it's not intelligence 1 because he had the intelligence or the idea to run away, being like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble from the cow, and then completely, like, get away from him. That's kind of smart. Still crazy that he was able to drink 18 beers without someone stopping him, though. Pig said it was just a prank, bro. That's actually crazy. Low-grade alcohol. Oh, it's actually called piss. Okay. Takes it, but gets you, fact up. Oh, so it's like high alcohol content. 18 cans made so that multiple tasers had no effect on people. What? Strat, are you good? What? That's my pig to rug pig. It's a moment of clarity. I don't know, man. Fair play for still having enough between the ears to run from the annoyed cat. That's what I'm saying. Pig got free beer sounds smart to me. That's what I'm saying. Is how do you get from humans, no less? I mean, they were camping. 1, why would you camp in Australia? Again, I don't know how Australians do it. It literally couldn't be me. Could I escape the hospital gown and handcuff? Hello? That's terrifying, Shredder. Hello?
This pig octopuses bleed blue. But why?
Why are you blue?
Well, actually, it's not just octopuses. If you lined up Gary, Larry the Lobster, and Mr. Krabs, you will find that all of them bleed Gatorade. Now, this isn't just for aesthetic purposes. Running what appears to be blended up smurf through their veins actually serves an important purpose. And to learn what that is, we gotta talk about your blood. You see, your...
Was that a Warhammer reference in there? Was that just say corn? You don't camp in Australia. The creepy crawlers in Australia camp you 100%. It's not your camp area, it's theirs. It's an interesting time in my life. Woke up at home wearing a hospital gown, grippy socks, and handcuffs. That's terrifying, Strider. Copper-based blood, right? I have no idea. Science is not my forte. I have general idea of science, just not overall science knowledge.
Circulatory system is based on iron. Iron is used to produce hemoglobin, which in turn carry oxygen around the body, allowing for you to, exist. And when iron is exposed to oxygen, it oxidizes and goes red, which is why when you get shanked, sprays out tomato sauce. Now here is the fun part. The cast of SpongeBob don't run on iron. Their circulatory system is based on copper. So rather than hemoglobin,
there it is.
the copper creates hemomyosin to cart the oxygen around. And as anyone who's ever seen the Statue of Liberty can attest, when copper oxidizes, it turns blue. Now,
I thought it turned kind of like a greenish color.
reason for them evolving copper is pretty simple. Our blood fucking sucks. See, the inferior hemoglobin is far less efficient at binding oxygen than the Chad hemocyanin. And considering all of these bad boys live or travel through incredibly cold, low oxygen environments, they need to get the most out of every breath they take. They basically switched evolution teams from red to blue because red blood has a skill issue. Octopus.
Well, all right then. Apparently, we just saw every human suffers from a skill issue. The more you know. There's an Australian saying, "She'll be right." She'll be right. Basically, if it looks dangerous, probably is. But fact it, she'll be right. That's Australians are a different breed. I'm gonna be honest. They kind of scare me. I would never, ever in my life mess with an Australian because I feel like they're just too powerful. I'm just gonna be real. They're just too powerful.
Australia's Prime Minister disappeared. No,
Was it from an Australian animal?
that is not a joke. This is Harold Holt, the 17th Prime Minister of Australia. And when I say he disappeared, I don't mean he retired from public life, never to be heard from again. I mean, we literally fucking lost him midway through his term. That is like the Secret Service losing the fucking president.
Yeah, that's kind of a little suspicious.
Now, let me be clear.
Which begs a very important question. Fucking how? Well, you see, Holt was elected Prime Minister in 1966. And one of the most well-known facts about him was that he fucking loved the ocean.
Be free!
Which is why, on December 17th, 1967, while taking a day off from leading Spider Island, Holt convinced his mates to shop for a cheeky swim before they went out to lunch. And so they pulled into Cheviot Beach in Victoria. Now on that day, the ocean was, putting it lightly, fucked.
Oh.
And so all of Holt's friends warned him that maybe visiting Nemo today was a bad idea. Holt responded, and I quote, "I know this beach like the back of my hand." Hopped into the water and started swimming away from the shore. And he kept swimming. Further. And further. Yeah, right, mate. That's far enough. You can come back now. Wait, where the f*** is he? Yeah, they completely lost sight of him.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's just playing Subnautica. It's fine. He just doesn't have the sea moth yet. He'll be back. Don't worry.
Because the Prime Minister was f***ing gone. This caused the leaderless Australian government
Subnautica style.
to themselves and start playing Where's Holto.
I am under the water.
Search and rescue teams scoured the coast for weeks and came up with absolutely fucking nothing. Not even a body. The sitting Prime Minister had vanished without a trace. Some conspiracy theorists say he got picked up by a submarine. The odds are he drowned. But most importantly, with the tragic loss of our nation's Prime Minister at sea, how did we choose to commemorate the man who was clapped by the ocean? Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because we named a fucking swimming pool after him. Australia.
They did not. Yeah, he probably got taken in. Isn't there something under the ocean, like not like a whirlpool, but it's a current that doesn't matter how good of a swimmer you are, it could just kind of like and suck you under, especially if the water's really bad. That's why they tell you, like, oh, the water is a certain type today, don't swim. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I'm sure Riptide. Yeah, Riptide. Do you think that was it? So was he some of the favorite trolls? Yeah, like, oh, our prime minister died to the water. Let's name a fucking swim center after him. Fucking Australia for it's true. Pulls you out. Yeah, Riptides. Ocean currents can take you out just to sea sometimes. That's what I think happened. It just kind of, that's, unless some kind of animal got him, but I feel like that's, at least from what I heard, because it could just kind of, and you're gone. That kind of, 07 though. That's, the swim center is crazy too.
People hate this groundhog. But why?
Oh.
I'm like, what?
We also hate the groundhog right now because it's 6 more weeks of winter and we got a lot of snow over here. Continue.
What do you say f me for?
Well, because this is no ordinary hog. This distinguished gentleman is Punxsutawney Phil, a resident of the US of A, specifically the town of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, where he has a very important job. He predicts the weather. And he does it through the Groundhog Day ceremony. But what the f is that? Well, basically, every year on the 2nd of February, crowds gather at the Gobbler's Knob. Stop laughing. This is a very
What was it called?
serious ceremony.
Foreshadowing your, I just know my animals, all right? This is literally America, okay? Of course it would be one that I actually know.
Quit it. And then, at dawn, the unbelievably dripped out inner circle of the Groundhog Club retrieve the allegedly 140-year-old Phil from his knob. Phil then selects a scroll from the tip of the knob based on whether or not he saw his shadow when being yanked from his home. And if he did see his shadow, winter will last for 6 more weeks. Mm-hmm. And this year, Phil has predicted 6 more weeks of Mayalt.
Of what? Mailed? What did he say?
Scientists,
No.
people hate. And if he did see his shadow, winter will last for 6 more weeks. And this year, Phil has predicted 6 more weeks of Mayalt.
Oh, Mailed. I was like, what? He said like Mailed. And I was like, what? Sorry, my hearing's, maybe I need more sleep.
And for some reason, this year, that prediction has royally pissed off many people online. See, I just think he's doing his fucking job. But the
Yeah, you can't be mad at this little guy. Come on. He's just doing his job.
tweet that shared his prediction has some of the most angry yet fucking hilarious responses. And I made this video to read you the best of them. Turn him into a steak. That groundhog is going in the microwave. If I saw Punxsutawney Phil, I would punt him like a football. And last but not least, POV, you are the deep fryer at Raising Cane's. People.
What the? Why would you threaten a little groundhog? He doesn't even know what he's doing. People get mad at weather and blame groundhog, basically. Okay, that's just dumb. People are dumb. People are just dumb. Poor Philly doesn't deserve this grief just because he controlled the weather. He's not even controlling it. He just made a funky little guess. He has a 50-50 chance. I think it's mostly memes. I mean, I would hope so. God love superstitious people who blame the alleged messenger. That and snow twice. Like, I know it's 6 more weeks of winter, but like, come on. 2 funky little snowstorms, we can manage that.
Scientists have created a new fish.
Pokemon.
And the best part is that it was a fucking accident. You see, this is a sturtlefish. And it is found absolutely fucking nowhere in the wild. No, this genetic accident is a nature mod produced exclusively in a single facility in Szarvas, Hungary. You see, the sturtlefish is a cross between the Russian sturgeon and the American paddlefish. And in the wild, the only way that hookup's happening is Discord, because they live on opposite sides of the fucking planet.
Hello, princess.
But this ain't the wild. This is Hungary's Fishing and Aquaculture Institute, Haki, where a group of researchers is trying to figure out how the fuck to repopulate the critically endangered Russian sturgeon, using a neat trick called gynogenesis. But, what the fuck is that? Well, you see, usually, when sturgeons reproduce, the females lay a shitload of eggs in the water, which are then, fertilized by the males. This fertilization requires 2 of the same species to tango, with 50% of the offspring DNA being contributed from the egg and 50% from the source. In gynogenesis, 100% of the offspring's DNA is contributed by the mother. Now,
What?
because sturgeons can't do this naturally, the researchers hatched a plan. They would take sperm from the far less endangered American paddlefish and microwave that shit with UV radiation, destroying the DNA it carries, but still allowing it to stimulate the egg into growing.
That's... Oh. Yeah, send it back.
Without the father's DNA, and thus, gynogenesis. But, there's a problem. The paddlefish was just a little too genetically similar to the sturgeon, and they did not leave the swimmers in the microwave long enough. So instead of a bunch of perfect little sturgeon babies, we got the sturtlefish, which is a literal genetic dead end. It is incapable of reproducing. I feel bad for it. It was an accident and it gets no bitches. Abysmal existence, RNG.
Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it.
Yeah, that was terrible. It deletes your DNA. Not well, and the poor things. Yeah, I feel bad for them too. Stuff like this is why weird movie monsters getting less far-fetched. Yeah, honestly, that kind of sucks. And they literally just wasted everyone's time and resources, pretty much. 07.
This fish will choke you. Just not the way you think.
What?
See, this is a hagfish found worldwide.
Haven't we seen the hagfish before? Note to self, don't microwave my family jewel. Do not. Do not.
Right under the sea, and this thing has one of the most fucking disgusting defense mechanisms on the planet. You see, when I say choke, you probably think I mean they loop that pool noodle-shaped body around your neck and squeeze. You are wrong. No, these guys are piss-weak scavengers that average out to about the size of a Subway footlong, and despite having a fucking face hugger for a mouth, their main defense mechanism is, busting.
Yeah.
You see, as you can probably tell by looking at them, these bad boys are slimy. Really slimy. And when threatened, they use it as a fucking weapon. Whenever something tries to eat them, they kick the slime production into overdrive, secreting a protein that...
Yeah, why are we supposed to be subject to the hagfish? It's like we can't escape it. This is pain.
instantly converts the surrounding ocean water into thick, sticky sludge in half a second. And I mean, you know, a load like that in half a second, incredibly impressive. Nothing to be embarrassed about at all. This slime then seeps into and clogs the gills of their predators, suffocating them to death.
That would do it.
Then, having literally slimed their ops, they whip out an Uno reverse card and fucking eat them. This fish...
I don't remember the eating part. Well then, okay. That was I love ended on the best for last. Get slimed idiot Hagfish. Probably that's 100% what happened. Yeah, cool. Best for last. Hagfish, so cool. Oh my god, we're already 2 hours into stream. Okay, well, thankfully, we only have about another half an hour left because we have the Sanguinius speech and then we have this D&D thing, so we should be good. I love learning about animals that just ruin my day. I went from, like, factions that are actually crazy to funky little animals. The more you know. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any recommendations for future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comments below.